So, hello and welcome to the next part of the Casebook of Arne. Last time we revealed a lot of secrets concerning basically everyone hating Lynn's father because of good reasons, except for except for Heinz. I don't know what's going on with him. I still think he's the most suspicious, simply because he has no motive at all compared to the others, and that's kind of weird. So let's continue. I also have a feeling that this episode or part of the first case is also coming to an end soon. So let's go to Lynn's room. Oh? Huh? There's something on the wall. What's this about? Waiting in the courtyard. Is this from Lord Arne? I wonder why. Does he want to apologize once more or something? No, surely not, but even supposing he did apologize, would I be able to forgive him? If we ended up working together to investigate again, yes, I should really give some thought to how to handle the relationship between us. That's a good idea. At any rate, I'll go. I have a feeling it's not Arne. Who knows? I don't know. Probably not Arne. I mean, it's dark. I don't know if it's a good idea to leave. Lord Arne? Where could he be? Oh, what's the matter? What's wrong? It's me, remember? Yeah. Huh? Why are you attacking me? The guard dogs bared their fangs and howled, preparing to leap at the girl at any moment. A new minigame. As the dogs leapt straight ahead, the girl desperately dodged out of the way. What's wrong with you? It's me! Eek! Well, good to know I instinctively always choose right. Please stop it. What should I do? I'm cornered. I still haven't accomplished anything. And yet, someone, Lord Arne. You called? Superhero landing. A goddamn superhero landing he did. Lord Arne, why didn't you leave? What would I need to leave for? You said you didn't want to see my face, so I simply stayed someplace where you wouldn't. More to the point, why are you out being attacked? I don't understand it either. Why are the dogs? Talk about gnawing off the arm that feeds you. You've never heard that? It's a saying in Japan. Such an incessant barking. They are like dogs. They are dogs. They are dogs. I see. So they're cursed to forget lessons they were already taught once. Be gone. Uh, um, is it time to fix the relationship now? Thank you so much. Indeed, you should be grateful. But I'm not going to forgive you just for this, Lord Arne. Ah, yes, about that. There's something I must tell you about. If you care to listen, that is. What is it? It may get a little long. Let us return to your room. Understood. Kai? I mean, of all the people who could retrain the dogs, it's only Kai, right? I mean, which... Even most of the servants are not tolerated by the dogs, so... I mean, Kai is not... is the gardener, technically, but... it can only be Kai who tried this. That's not very nice, you know? Not very nice at all. And so, in summary, control of my body has been taken from me. Do you think I'm going to believe that? I should hope you will, because it's the truth. In essence, this personality of mine also comes from this body's one remaining heart. And thus, I too am ultimately a puppet. Quite delightful, is it not? Feel free to laugh. I wouldn't do that. To me, you're just Lord Arne. Is that so? Let me ask a few questions. What is it? Even if it wasn't your own intention, Lord Arne, do you have any thoughts about the people you attacked? Does it matter what I think? It wasn't the current me who did it. But no, I don't have any special thoughts. Then why did you apologize to me? Because it appeared I quite troubled you by having my body taken over by that fellow. It was an apology for my blunder, in a sense. Then one last question. Lord Arne, are you using me? Indeed I am, for the sake of solving this case. It would be a pain to gather info from all around this mansion all by myself. I would like to curtail the tedium, so as to enjoy this case as much as possible. What about it? Even if we speak to each other, vampires and humans really do think differently, huh? I'm not certain how exactly we differ, but that much should be obvious. Vampires and humans are separate creatures. Humans can't understand the thoughts of animals, yes. Even so, I feel like if I properly explain my feelings, even he should be able to understand. No, I guess that's wrong. Because even if I understand his explanation, that doesn't mean I'm okay with it. Trying to force different values on others won't resolve anything. But still, the using he talks about... What is it, Linreinweiss? You've gone quiet all of a sudden. Come on. Why am I the only one so troubled by everything? Don't start shouting out of the blue. Understand? I won't forgive what you did, Lord Arne. I don't care if your body was taken over by another vampire or whatever. In fact, it's all your fault to begin with for losing to your own blood of all things. So sure enough, the fundamental issue lies with you. What are you doing losing when you call yourself the most heinous of vampires? Sorry, I might have gone a little too far. Is that how it is? Understood, Lin Reinweiss. So you are irritated by my incompetence. No, that's not really it, but... Say again? Jeez. Lord Arne, well, for humans in general, it's painful to be hurt by those we are close to. And for whatever reason, you can't understand that. But even if you can't understand, could you at least keep it in mind? Right, I'll keep it in mind. Thank you very much. And also, sorry for hitting you. Don't worry about it, you might as well have been petting me. More importantly, I've been eager to hear what information you've gathered. More importantly. Understood. Alright, listen well to my efforts. Is this enough, I wonder? It feels like only a temporary measure. If we keep investigating together and run into another conflict... Enough of that. Organizing our information comes first for now. Ah, there are more save files, thank God. Well, that's everything I learned. And what I know about the vampire Nachtzehrer. I have no issues with your findings about the actions of the humans, but you say Nachtzehrer is known as the Lord of Shadows and is belligerent with a serious appetite. Isn't that far too little to go off of? What do you expect? There's not much in the literature. Very well, I suppose. This case is connected to Nachtzehra's heart, isn't it? Your father likely used it out of his desire to revive your mother. Perhaps it was even the killer themselves who taught him the black magic of reviving the dead. The Reinweiss pedigee is convenient as well. The influence held by nobles can often extend over the police after all, sadly. Furthermore, whatever his methods, it was your father gathering human body parts. If his mental state was unstable as well, it would be easy to pin all the blame on him if needed. I suppose so, but I'll never forgive them for using father's feelings. Well then, allow me to sort out your information to help reveal said killer. Yes, go right ahead. Ah. I guess Lynn wasn't there the last time? I don't quite remember. What is this? Cute! So cute! Right. It's your first time seeing it. Simply put, it's a stage made from my blood. Evilly! Bloodily! Adorably! 9 Töte! I thought it good to see you cheering up, but stop that at once. Ah, I just started doing it subconsciously. Everything I've been stubbornly keeping in came out just like that. Say, Linny, there's something you might appreciate. This year? What is it? Arne is bored all the time, so he practices doing this all by himself. That's too cute. I just want to decorate my room with you. Nope, not possible. The blood returns to my body when it's done. No, I was talking about you, Lord Arne. Me? Boy, Linny, you really are strange. Nothing of the sort. Drooling again. Ah. Well, you see, when humans get excited, their body temperature rises, and so to lower it, that's a dog. That's sweat. This is going nowhere. Let us ignore Lin Reinweiss. Huh? Where? What? Please let me join in on this too. You become awfully bothersome all of a sudden when the subject is vampires. Just stay there and be quiet. Leave it to me. Let's organize the information Lin Reinweiss has gathered. Alright, first... Hold on a second. You've got a map of the mansion and dolls of everyone? Don't be so surprised at every turn. That's not happening. I'll just ignore you for a while. All that needs to be made clear in this case, ultimately, is who killed Lin Reinweiss's father. Thus, the only actions we need to inspect are those of the humans in the mansion before and after the incident. The first ones to act before Lin Reinweiss received a call from her father were the two maids. First, the short maid left her room to go to the kitchen. In doing so, she met the guard and the chef, neither of whom moved until the incident occurred, yes? Yes, that's what they said. Incidentally, I take it you asked the guard, the maid and the cook individually? Well, naturally, I questioned all these three separately, and they all gave the same story. In that case, good. Now let's proceed. While the short maid was in the kitchen, another person left her room. Surely you know where she was headed? Of course! The guest room. The guest room on the second floor. Precisely. But how do you know how it happened in this order? Actually, I was watching from this mirror here. Yes, as you saw, both maids head to the second floor. The tall maid passed by here first. Ah, I see. In short, if anyone tried to go to the third floor, they would be witnessed by Sissi on the second floor or the guard on the dining room. I see. Of course, the guard is also a suspect, so we can't fully believe him. For the moment, there are no contradictions in the people he claimed to witness or the times. In addition, Sissi was generally watching everything, so it should be no issue to proceed like this. Understood. And then she waited there. Then the maid left the kitchen right around when the gardener was spotted in the back. The gardener wanted to reach the maid waiting on the second floor, but... Your jump isn't mighty enough to reach. Well, yeah, of course. We kinda need the ladder here. Incidentally, Sissi also saw the two of them in the guest room. Huh? Then I didn't need to see through Diana's lies? You can generally assume that Sissi saw everything in any room with mirrors. My hard work. But they quickly went to a blind spot and I didn't know what they were doing. So Linny did good. I sure did. Well, but there's no way to verify whether that what the maid said is true or not. If Sissi hadn't seen it, we wouldn't know if she really was in the guest room. By the way, Lin Reinweiss. Yes? Do you think it would be possible to carry the ladder to the terrace on the second floor? I wonder if that ladder is really big. Kai always seems to just drag it around. And also there's a fence on the terrace. It would probably be hard to do alone, right? Indeed. This year, was there any indication that the gardener left the room alone, then re-entered the mansion? Not just limited to the second floor guest rooms, say the third floor guest room, perhaps? Unfortunately, I didn't see. Right, understood. Yep, I saw her pass through. Yes, we get it. The maid went to her master's room right at midnight every night. But then she recalled that on this day she had been told he didn't need water. Just around this time, Linreiweiss received a call from her father. Now they both began to move. The maid couldn't be bothered to return the glass to the kitchen, so she tried to transfer the water to a vase, but broke both. While she was doing this, Linreiweiss prioritized going to her father's room. And there she arrived. Now, as for the maid's actions afterwards. The maid wanted to destroy the evidence, but... then she took that one. Obtained a vase. Just before Elise heard the first witness Bernd scream, it seemed she was in the storeroom. Knowing her, it wouldn't surprise me if she was searching for a vase the whole time. She's so dim-witted. That's true. In summary, let's say she took about 5 minutes cleaning up and was searching the storeroom for a vase when you delightfully passed out. What do you mean delightfully? If only she left cleaning up the vase for later, she could have entered the storeroom sooner. At this time, everyone but the guard was inside a room. A convenient time to act without anyone seeing. As for this butler, it's not even necessary to give it thought. Given the placement of his room, he would inevitably encounter someone going anywhere. If he went to the second floor, he passed this year's mirror. If he went east, he would encounter the guard. That's right. After doing some reading in this room, Gordon apparently talked with Heinz in the kitchen. Bernd says he saw them too, and there was no contradiction with Heinz's testimony. Incidentally, what was he talking about with the chef? The food menu for the next week and budgets, apparently. What a serious and dull old coot. Dull old coot? That's such a crude way to treat him. At 12:30, the guard was evidently called for by your father. Even Bernd didn't seem to know why he was called. I recall your father said something about leaving the house together, did he not? Yes. If that's indeed what was going on, then perhaps the guard was meant to be the first witness. Meant to be? There was the corpse resembling your father, yes, you wanted him to see it and think he's been murdered. Well, though, he was in fact murdered. My father, why would you do something like that? But wait, why not just let the maids discover it in the morning? Indeed, I can see no merit in making the guard discover it. Perhaps that wasn't in the killer's plan. Well, more possibilities make it all the more delightful. There's nothing delightful about it. And after the guard used his key to open the door, he found you uncouthly passed out next to the corpse and screamed. Hold on, what's that uncouthly for? By the way, your father was holding his room key, or... Who else had a duplicate key? Besides Bernd, the butler Gordon and the two maids also had keys. That's far too many. Oh, but Elise doesn't have one anymore. About a month ago she flushed hers down the toilet. Since then she hasn't been allowed her own. I can see why. Instead, she has to borrow Gordon's, and if she doesn't give it right back, she gets yelled at. What kind of system is that? So then, back to the short maid. Just before the guard found the corpse, she went down the second floor to replace the vase. Yes, she said Bernd's scream almost caused her to break that vase too. And in response to the guard's pathetic scream, the short maid, Elise, and the tall maid, Diana. The two of them assembled, but what was the guard doing at the time? Bernd's extremely averse to blood, so he was... dancing! Of course, dancing queen. Of course he was passed out. It seems he fainted. Huh? Bernd can't stand the sight of blood at all. For instance, Elise sometimes blunders and cuts her finger, and every time Bernd runs over out of worry, that little bit of blood makes him faint. What a useless fellow. Isn't the fact that you might discover a corpse someday the best part of being a guard? Is it? I would hope that's a really rare occurrence. On the other hand, impressive he could become a guard. Well, at any rate, the maids then called for the others. And they too assembled. I must quite honestly say that I don't actually think that I'm smart enough for murder mysteries. God knows if I'll get it right. That concludes our sorting out of the info. We also have a sufficient idea of motives. However, before we consider who the killer is, there's one thing I want to confirm with you. What is it? Lynn Reinoweiss, those dogs of yours seemed quite superb. Indeed, they will attack anyone but specific people, as demonstrated earlier. Yes, they should be friendly only to myself, father, and the gardener Kai. It only could be Kai who will retrain them. Then why do you think you were attacked? It's simple, there was something different about you. You were attacked, in fact, because they were too talented. Really? What was different about her clothes? Because of her tracksuit? Really? something different. So just what was it? She didn't wear a new perfume. I will hope. They didn't mention anything like that, so it's the tracksuit. Could it be my appearance? You're certain? I mean, it can only be the tracksuit. Her voice... They didn't mention anything that it was changed and sent. It can be because she was laying in a room with a decapitated corpse for a long time that she smelled like blood, right? That would be a bit of a stretch. So I go for the obvious first. Since I was wearing a tracksuit, do you always wear the same clothes around the dogs? No, of course not. And also, I'm sure they've seen me in my tracksuit before. So it's a different reason, not your appearance. Nah. Then... scent. It can't only be scent. Really? After I regained my consciousness, I had blood on my clothes, so I changed. But I'm sure just changing clothes didn't remove the scent of someone else's blood. I didn't notice it myself, but maybe the dogs responded to it. Exactly. I'm sensitive to the smell of blood as well, and though it's faint, you do smell of blood. And it's not your own. In short... Hold on a second. What? I'm getting to the important part. Oh, your blood went back, so you got big again. Wait, not that. You could smell blood on me too, Lord Arne? I said as much, didn't I? And so? No, not and so. That's really kind of embarrassing. Look, it's fine now. No, it's not. Now that I think about it, I haven't bathed 2 nights in a row. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can't stop. I can't focus on what you're saying like this. I'm going to take a bath. Hey, hold on. We can talk later. This year? Lynn, right? I know, leave it to me. Oh, but don't look inside the bath. But I won't look inside the bath, of course. I'm a gentleman, see. Yes, so you say. But still, why is Lynn Reinweiss taking a bath all of a sudden? You definitely don't get the girl's heart, Arne. I mean, you would need to get human feelings first. What are you talking about? Does she probably understand why she was attacked by the guard dogs? A note that called for her, the knowledge that she had the scent of blood on her. Clearly, she's the next one the killer is after. Maybe she was embarrassed enough that she couldn't even afford to consider that stuff. Utterly unbelievable. I'm revived. Truly, Lord Arne has no delicacy. Real vampires turned out to be completely different from what I imagined. Yeah, they're not sparkling anymore. It's really kind of a shock. I've been disillusioned. But vexing as it is, their abilities are still cool. Really now, what's with you, Lord Arne? Come to think of it, I wonder if vampires take baths? I've heard that they can't stand running water. I should ask him later. Well, never mind that. I need to thoroughly wash off this blood scent. If Lord Arne hadn't saved me, I might have died. Are the dogs trained to kill? I don't have the power to protect myself. Of course, I understand wisdom alone isn't enough. So I need Lord Arne's help. But... I really do need to think about how to go about interacting with him. Lord Arne uses me in this case to enjoy himself, and I use his strength and wisdom to help solve the case. But when I say I'm using him to solve the case, aren't I just trusting that he can do it? Isn't this so confusing? Just what is the difference? Humans and vampires, Lord Arne and I. Trusting, using... Come to think of it, why was I attacked? Actually, there was that note in my room. And the fact that I had blood on me, that wasn't a coincidence, was it? Well, well. But no, it doesn't necessarily have to be Kai, you know. Lynn Reinweiss, how long are you going to be in there for? Isn't this much too long for a bath? Well, no, Lynn Reinweiss. Well. Well. Killed by the culprit after all. You are being a bit nonchalant about this. I hope I didn't get a bad ending. I don't think so. Well, are you still alive? I'll get you out of there for now. Lord Arne. That was clearly a fatal wound, so I thought you were long since dead. I see, I'm going to die. Even when I'm suddenly on the verge of death, you aren't surprised. Well, I was able to predict it. So, did you see the culprit's face? They suddenly came from behind, so I didn't see. How useless. That's cruel. It was you who didn't listen to everything I had to say. Right. What are you laughing about? Mother said she wanted to die smiling. Are you happy to die? That's not it. Did your mother die happy? She said she wanted to live. I see. So, Lynn Reinweiss, what about you? I also want to live. That should be obvious. I haven't accomplished anything. Even though I finally decided I would do something on my own, I chose to all by myself. I'll catch father's killer. Ugh. No. I don't want to die yet. I don't want... I see. Yet very soon you will undoubtedly die. Tried with by the killer never to be the starring role, you were a helpless puppet in the end. Just do as a supporting character does and step off the stage of this puppet show. Or I will give you a small mercy. If you have any last words, I'll hear them. Did I really walk into a bad end? Are you serious, Lynn? He's my blood. I didn't quite catch that. Please suck my blood. Gotta stick to your thing till the end, you know? If you're gonna die, at least do it while fulfilling a fantasy of yours. Lynn Reinweiss, you... To think you would be saying that even now. Those who have their blood sucked by a vampire become a vampire's puppet, gaining miraculous healing. But just like it sounds, a puppet is a puppet, with no sense of self. They only obey the vampire. So you're saying you wish to live, even if it means becoming a true puppet. But we're not talking about... But we're talking about a vampire fanatic. So that's not what you mean to say. A puppet is not a vampire, so puppets are not immortal. As such, they cannot recover from such a fatal wound. You want the blood of Neuntöter, don't you? I don't need the blood of Neuntöter. Oh? Lord Arne is fine. What do you mean? Give me Lord Arne's. Please give me Lord Arne's blood. My blood? Is that different from the blood of Neuntöter? Answer me, Reinweiss. Don't just go ahead and die, you. Very well, Reinweiss. May you live a little longer. Well, well. Well, well. So you can still use your voice? Don't speak in the middle of it. I feel like I've done something I really shouldn't have. There, the blood-sucking you so desired. Rejoice. I guess it is, but... What the heck was with that reluctant blood-sucking? You seem to be able to move well enough. Thank you very much. There's no need to thank me. After all, in just a few minutes you'll become a mere puppet and meet death. Before that happens, answer my question. What do you mean, my blood? By Lord Arne's blood, I mean... Lord Arne's blood. Yes, I'm asking you what that means. The blood that runs through this body is that of my one remaining heart. In short, it isn't mine. Maybe that's true, but the blood of the other kings is there too, right? Indeed it is. If you dissolve salt in pure water, it becomes salt water, right? There's no turning it back into pure water. I thought maybe this was the same thing. In other words, the one heart serving as master and 8 other kinds of blood mixing in. That is what my blood is. And now my blood is mixed in there too. Indeed, vampires do not digest the blood they drink, it mixes with their own and enters the body. I see, an interesting thought. I'll keep that in mind. So, please don't make me sad by calling yourself a puppet. Quite a thing to be told by someone about to become a puppet. Well, in Reinweiss, I no longer have a use for you, but I at last extend the time until your death. Shall we enjoy a last conversation? I was thinking about the relation between humans and vampires. No, me and you. And I thought so deeply about it, I just got myself confused. I trust in your strength and wisdom. Even now I think you can solve this case. But you were using me to investigate the dimension, right? Exactly. Trusting and using, it's all the matter of the distance between hearts. I had no option but to get your help, but I'm sure even if I'd refused to investigate, you would have found another way to solve the case. Naturally. I expect I'll have no problems even with you dead. Well, of course. You have plenty of information now. However, with the death of my client, my duty to solve the case also disappears. No, I'm going to solve this case. Just give it up already, Lin Reinweis. What are you trying to get at? You mentioned your relation with me. Lord Arne, I'm going to use you. Use me? You, a human? Such fool up to your last moments, Lin Reinweis. You were at least a little amusing. Do you think I could accept having you use me? If I let myself be used, it would not be interesting. Ah. But if that were an interesting turn of events, what then? While I said I'm going to use you, I do truly believe in your abilities. I can imagine I'll be able to solve this case without your help, Lord Arne. So until this case is over, use me. Have me dance in your palm and entertain you. So go ahead and use me as a tool. If that really is the appropriate stage for me. So the show you've been having until right now wasn't appropriate for you? Of course it wasn't. I'm not a puppet. I'm a human with my own will. There's no way the puppet show I've been part of until now was where I belonged. I am the star of this show. Only I can be the lead role in this case. Any play in which I'm not the star is a complete piece of junk. Nice. You want me once more to put on a show where you are the star? Lord Arne, are you going to say you can only put a puppet shows made of blood? So I'm to manipulate a human with a will as a human, keeping her human? But Lin Reinweis, didn't you say it yourself? I don't understand the feelings of humans. Do you think I could put on such a show? You can always use me for guidance, right? I'll certainly let you do so. And doesn't the added difficulty posed by you not understanding make things more delightful? Furthermore, my delightfulness is Lord Arne approved. Indeed, I've never met a human as delightful as you. And you know, if I'm the audience for the stinker of a show we've had, I'm booing the heck out of it. I'm here thinking, give me my money back. And as a client too, I'm terminating my contract with this lousy detective. I've already paid a fee up front, so I have a right to take it back. I see, terminating the contract. Ah, I've been paying you back, I never thought of that. How delightful, you are truly delightful, Lin Reinweis. You'll give it back, won't you, my blood? Are you saying that with a true understanding of what it means to give you my blood? Yes. Trading our blood, in other words, performing a blood pact, and turning you into a vampire. However, I should make it clear up front, there's no guarantee a blood pact will succeed. Even so, if there's a chance I can survive, to both use you and to be used by you, I'm not going to die. Right, get up, Lin Reinweis. Now, have you any final words as a human? Even if my body becomes a vampire, I'm sure my heart will remain human. I see no need for final words. I see, then let's begin, Lin Reinweis. Ye of pure white, be dyed crimson in your entirety. Thy soul will be forever trapped here, your body rendered meaningless. Upon the name of Arne Neuntöter, this I declare. The name of our new buffonish compatriot is Lin Reinweis. Now let us dance together joyously. The rest is up to you, Lynn Einweis rise once more onto the stage. Didn't think that she would already become a vampire in the first case. Well, and that was the very climactic end of the second part of the first case. That certainly was quite something. So now, let's just wait until the credits are over. Though I must say, in terms of who I think the culprit is, well, I'm still suspicious that Heinz doesn't have any proper motive against Lynn's father, while everyone else has one. However, there is the fact that, well, it would be kind of hard to commit a murder and, well, still at the same time talk with Gordon. So, I'm still kind of suspicious towards Kai. Even if it mustn't necessarily be him who caused all of this. I'm still suspicious. But like the wound job on Lynn's back was quite something. Looked like claw marks. Yo-ho, we meet again. Enjoying the case? Okay, on to the real business. Arne's about to find the killer, but who do you wanna try finding them first? Don't worry, you've got all the information you need to reason things out. Though it looks like Arne will need a little more time to notice. Well, I still kind of want to say Bernd because he's just out of spite, because he's kind of an asshole. But considering that he has a fear of blood, it doesn't technically rule him out to being able to kill Lynn's father, since, yeah, that one was probably pushed off this, the ladder, and he doesn't exactly need to look how the father ended up. But considering that, assuming that the father prepared the headless corpse first as a decoy for whatever reason, then it would still be kind of difficult for Bernd to push him off the stairs, because he had to, well, ignoring a headless corpse is not the easiest thing to do, you know. So I think we can rule Bernd out. Well, I do want to rule out Lynn and Arne automatically. If it was Lynn, then I'm gonna be surprised and kind of impressed, but also a bit mad. I don't think it was Elise. Well, we want to find the murderer of Lynn's father, which doesn't necessarily mean that we want to find out who decapitated the one poor dude. Which means that Elise could have technically done it. Don't trust Kai and Diana. They could have collaborated in trying to kill him, and they were kind of late. And Diana has a key. I would like to say that Heinz and Gordon have an alibi, since they were talking to each other for quite some time. Oh well, I'm not actually made for solving mysteries and stuff. I only know tropes for the most part. And, well, gut feeling. Gut feeling of Could this character have killed someone? That's mostly how I figure out how the killer is. And I'm actually often right, but for the love of God, I can never reason out the murderer based on actual evidence. It's always just gut feeling and tropes. Well now, who could the killer of Lynn's father be? Me? Oh, heck, I don't know. Not that I would tell you if I did. So that's that. Give it your best shot. Got it? Alright. You messed up with your reasoning here and there on the way here, huh? Too bad. I had a reward for you and everything. Well, if you feel like it, try getting here once more. The parts that matter for my reward are the confrontation with the maids, Diana and Elise, as well as the guard Bernd. Don't mess up this time, alright? Okay, this is the end of this installment of the casebook of Arne. Alright then, see ya. And then I would end the part here, and well, we will see how it goes on next time on the casebook of Arne. Until then, bye!